Hey Alex, how you doing today, man?
I am doing fantastic. Happy to be here.
Ready to talk about some movies?
Yes, yes, please. My favorite thing.
So I figured we'd start with Sinners, and as you know, finished it like 2 minutes ago.
Yeah, let's do it. It's fresh in your mind, so yeah, I'm game.
What are your thoughts on the movie?
Um, I loved it. It was one of those things where I rarely see a new movie again. I saw it twice in theaters. I think I saw it in IMAX for one of them. I I'm fairly new to following like directors and actors' careers. I've always just been I just want to see movies and I'm fairly new to educating myself on film, so to following like certain people's careers has been fascinating. I haven't watched a ton of Ryan Coogler stuff, but like when this was coming to like its premiere, just hearing that he's been doing a lot of franchise stuff with the Creed movies and the Black Panther movies. Yeah, the two of them. And this was a little bit more of like a personal, like a passion project I was really excited about. And there was always something about Michael B. Jordan that I really liked. And
Yeah.
just the vibe of it, I really dug. Just how it was done. And just for me as a viewer, I could totally tell that this was like he put everything into this movie. And it was really cool just because it came off like he like could prove to the studios that like, oh, this guy, he can make us money. He has these successful movies under his belt. So, let's give him more of a chance, maybe more money for a budget. Completely paid off. Like all the acting is phenomenal in it. It really stuck with me. Well, what did you think?
Yeah, the writing's very good. The cinematography is just gorgeous.
Yeah.
The his use of color and you can tell he's using different cameras at different points. Um it's such an interesting, and because you're right, this isn't Black Panther.
Yeah.
This is like this is a higher caliber project, and you can tell that. Uh, and not only is the directing good, the writing is really good.
Yeah.
It reminded me of a sort of vampire Spike Lee movie because there's
Man, yeah, that's a really good point. Yeah. Yeah. Like
just from the perspective of the social commentary, which is complex.
yeah.
But there's also a religious element that I found very interesting that usually doesn't pair with that specific social commentary. So I
Yeah.
thought that was pretty nuanced.
Yeah, I mean, y- uh I've gotten to read a lot of your stuff since you asked me to come on, and uh, you're a fairly religious guy, right? So,
Yes,
like,
sir. Yep.
do you mind if I ask, like, how do you think, with like the religious themes in the movie came out? Like,
That's a great question. That's awesome. I thought it was really good. I mean, there is an argument to be made that it's a Christian movie.
oh,
Um,
okay,
just like when they're saying the Our Father, and there's like there's a lot of sacramental elements to it, and it's, I would say, that I don't I don't know. I mean, the title alone is,
yeah,
eh,
sinners, yeah,
but I certainly wouldn't like. I think it's more than that, and here's what I'm curious about. Do you think that it's good enough for like the 16 nominations, Oscar nominations?
I do. I honestly do. I really think it was a well-made movie. Last year I didn't see I can't even remember the name of it. It was that movie that Zoe Saldana won for Best Supporting Actress. I can't even remember Amelia Perez. I didn't even see the movie because I don't have a Netflix subscription. All I know is that it had that From Penis to Vagina song. So I didn't see the movie, but even like movie people I follow going like, why the hell does this have this many nominations? But really do think like Sinners definitely deserves its nominations. In my opinion, it doesn't really like you definitely tell the themes of like racism and religion are in there. I don't think it's like being preachy with it. But yeah, I just really thought he just did an amazing job, and I'm just really excited to see what he does like next because like with some of the things I've read going up to the Oscars, this is probably one of the most interesting Oscar years I've like paid attention to because like one battle after another in this are like neck and neck.
Yeah.
And so I'm really happy if either one of those won. Just I don't know, just yeah, I can just totally tell it was just a passion project for him. And I take a long time to answer your question, but like I completely agree with the 16 nominations. I thought it was just a perfectly well done movie. So
Yeah, no, I agree. And I mean, there are so many things that I really love about it too, because I love classic cinema as well. I
yeah,
love Casablanca, Singing in the Rain, like
yeah,
and I one of the things that I've really missed, that I think modern film gets wrong or doesn't do enough of, is it these moments of, musical expression that, like in Casablanca, you have Sam as this
yeah,
figure who's, like, bringing song and it's very natural. It's not, it's not like you're watching a musical, but, the in the in the modern sense and in Sinners, that scene when they're performing the song and it's running through, I mean,
oh, yeah, that's my favorite
that's
part of the
brilliant.
movie. Yeah, yeah,
That's absolutely brilliant.
yeah,
And, like, for it to that's when I really appreciated that's a really clever, beautiful, captivating way to express social commentary. And
yeah,
and it wasn't even I mean, I don't even wanna reduce the film too much by repeatedly phrasing it that way, 'cause
yeah.
I think more that's one aspect of it. Um, so you said that was your favorite part? That's your favorite part?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
How he I'm just curious how he got that done. Just like going around the whole room and just like going through that whole year, these decades of black art and just really impressed me. I'm like, damn. Like I remember I wrote in my article about like movies, my favorite movies. I'm just like, I have a feeling like they should teach that in film school. And I know like film school, a lot of people are like 50-50 on going to film school, especially Paul Thomas Anderson. But
Yeah.
like, there's just something about that scene that just really like stuck with me. I'm like, I don't know, I just thought it was just beautifully done.
Yeah, it's really nice to see. It's also an incredibly violent movie.
Oh, hell yeah.
Incredibly violent.
Yeah.
I've been I've been working in the media for 10 years now, so I've seen a
Yeah.
lot of real just footage of real violence, and
Oh,
this
yeah.
was I have a pretty high threshold for anything like that, and there were multiple moments in this movie when I was looking away because it was, like, grotesquely violent.
Oh, like which parts were you like, you had to look
Ooh.
away?
Um, the scene where they're in the former mill, and I guess a lot of, like, the stake to the heart stuff was very violent.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
It was just so, like, well done, well
Oh,
done,
yeah.
so graphic.
Yeah, that scene when the vampires finally come in, and the woman's like, "Come in here," and she like just stabs the one vampire, and she's just like on fire, and she's like still like stabbing him, and she's just like burning to a crisp. When I was watching, I was like, "Oh my dear lord!" It was one of those things. It was like a car crash. I couldn't look away.
Yes, I mean, that was and like, the it's captured in a way that's it's all very artistic, and it also does something that's going on in Hollywood right now that's really interesting, and it's the art house horror movement.
Yeah,
I really didn't I really never saw that coming, but that seems to be the dominant movement in kind of highbrow film right now.
yeah, like horror. You mean like a lot of people doing horror?
Yeah, very much like I mean, horror when I was growing up was like Scream, uh,
Yeah,
or, it was very commercial, and you didn't walk away from the movie with this appreciation, for the film like you and I have been talking about with Sinners.
yeah,
You didn't say like, "Oh, man, there was some great social commentary," or like, there were religious undertones.
yeah, yeah. Okay, I get what you mean by that. Like horror is one of the genres like I'm trying to catch up with. I was just always too scared to watch it. But like when like you brought up, I've only seen the first Scream, and I'm like thinking about like, yeah, there's not much you could say. I mean, there's like that one part of the story with Courtney Cox reporting on like Nev Campbell's. Is it? Yeah, it's Nev Campbell. Her mom being murdered. There's that. You could kind of say that, but that's not like the thing people pay attention to. Yeah, yeah. I mean, the only one I can think of, like at the top of my head, was Night of the Living Dead. There was like a racial commentary for the late '60s, but I agree. There's not like a lot that I can remember. Like I remember when Get Out. I remember when Get Out came out, and there was the big like, oh, this is a horror movie about racism. It was pretty obvious when you watch the movie.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I get what you mean, especially with like A24. They're releasing a lot of horror stuff, and so yeah, that's a really good observation.
A24 is doing some great stuff.
But
Uh,
yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
pretty much you can just count on it being good if they're releasing it. Uh,
yeah.
it's funny, a lot of my experience, because 'cause I've never been a huge horror movie guy, but a lot of my favorite horror, cinema is it's not always cheesy, but, like, have you seen Suspiria?
I've seen the original one.
Yeah, I mean, that's the
Yeah,
one to see.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So, like, the sort of Italian
Hold
horror.
on, hold on. I gotta put my lights on. I just
Okay,
realized.
sounds
Yeah.
good, dude.
Okay. Alrighty.
Perfect.
Just realized my face is all dark. So yeah. Hi everybody.
As we're
You can see
talking
my
about horror.
yeah. Oh, scary. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. Okay, so you're saying about Suspiria. Yeah.
Yeah, that's like, I'm just kind of, trying to parse this idea of art house horror, and I guess it's not entirely new, but it feels like it's new to the mainstream.
Yeah. Uh, that's a really good point. I'll have to look into that more. It's a really good point. But yeah, like there's so many films I did not see last year. There was like this one A24 movie with like I think Sally Hawkins, like Bring Her Back, I think it's called. It was a horror movie that was really huge. Talk to Her or Talk to Me, I think it was a horror movie that came out like 2024 that was really big. Had some social commentary. So yeah, just like no, yeah, it's I'm at a loss of words, but like yeah, no, it's a good point. It's just that's a big theme in horror right now. So yeah.
So one of the things that it's like shorthand in, one of my work chats, if something is really cool, we'll say, "Marty Supreme."
Why do you? Well, why? Well, what's the context for that?
It's just such a cool it's such a cool, name, Marty Supreme.
Yeah, yeah.
What'd you
Well,
think of
also, I'd have
Marty
to.
Supreme?
I really liked it. I mean, uh, with the Safdie brothers, well, now they're doing going solo, but they've already like the three movies of theirs I've seen was Good Time, Uncut Gems, and this, and they really like making their characters assholes and
Yeah.
like not
Yeah.
very sympathetic characters. This was the one I was like most cheering for because like I remember I watched Uncut Gems before Marty Supreme came out, and it was actually like this is only the second time I watched it. I was going like, wow, Howard Ratner's. I'm like feeling like I really don't want to cheer for this guy. This guy's a horrible person. Like, and Adam Sandler was great in that movie. It's criminal that he didn't get nominated. But the Academy is, I mean, I watch it every year because it's part of my childhood. But like, I have so many problems with the Academy.
Yeah,
I could complain about them all the time. It's like a hobby.
let's do
But
it, dude. Let's do it. Yeah.
yeah, just I mean, the Two Popes movie, I think, and I can't remember the actor's name. Anthony Hopkins and that other guy, I forget his name. I think he was the spot that Adam Sandler could have gotten. I was like, no, Adam, like people are actually talking about Adam Sandler's performance. I don't think I've met another person who's talked about Two Popes since it came out. But
No,
that's like a
not at
lot
all.
of that's like a thing with the Academy. Like a lot of
Yep.
the, especially like my personal opinion, like the 2010s, they don't have a lot of memorable like best picture winners, to be honest with you. But back to Marty Supreme, I thought it was really well done, and also a thing I've noticed with the other Safdie brothers movies I've seen is they're really good at casting their movies. They're really good at just making random choices of like, have you ever did you ever think you'd see Kevin O'Leary in a movie? Well, here you go. And
Yeah.
Kevin O'Leary, I've never watched Shark Tank. I mean, depending on where you are on the political spectrum, you might hate him or love him or don't care. But like, he was one of the reasons I wanted to go see the movie because I was like, why the hell did they bring him in it? But
He's
one of
great.
the he
He's
did,
so
yeah,
good.
he was so good at it. That ending, I don't want to ruin it for people because it's still
Yeah.
fairly new, but
Yeah.
that scene near the end when he talks to Marty is one of my favorite scenes in the movie.
Oh,
When he talks to him
at the ping
at
pong
the
match?
at the ping pong match because
Yes.
it was so random and also kind of played on the themes of the movie of just like chasing greatness.
Yeah.
But this was a movie that definitely stayed with me, like in like certain like themes about it, which I like picked up on of like chasing greatness. Like you want to be the best, and sometimes you never, you'll never reach it, and then maybe you find another thing that fulfills your life, which kind of goes with like the ending scene,
Oh, yeah.
which made me hopeful. I mean, you're a father, so I'm assuming that hit you in a different way. So
Yeah.
I was hopeful at that scene. I kind of played it off like he has a chance to maybe turn his life around, and he kind of saw like another goal in his life to be a better person. But like I especially really like the mix of like a 50s timeline with 80s music.
Oh, that's brilliant.
Yeah,
That's
that was great.
so good.
And it did. I'm an easy cry for a movie.
Yeah, me too.
That that ending scene, and as soon as the beginning chords of Everybody Wants to Rule the World turned
Oh,
on, I was like, you got me.
dude, that knocked me over.
Or yeah, I was like, oh my God. I don't know. I want to know who did the music for this. That was perfect.
Yeah.
That fit that scene perfectly for me. Were you on the discourse? Because I've seen people say this before, and apparently this is true. Do you think Chalamet is this generation's DiCaprio? Like,
Man.
do you think that? Because I've heard people say that before, and apparently he like went to Leo for advice and like, I want to be like you, I want to get to your level, and Leo was like, okay, well, Leo doesn't do sequels, and Chalamet's in the Dune movies, but like he's like no superhero movies, and I forget the other pieces of advice, but he actually like gave him some tips. I was like, I could kind of see that. I mean, I could throw in a little jab and say Chalamet dates women his own age, but I can kind of see that. But yeah, what's your opinion on that?
Yeah, that's an interesting question. I so my wife and I are huge Safdie Brothers fans.
Yeah,
And you know, you kind of hit on the soundtrack. One O Tricks Point Never.
yeah. Oh my God.
Is brilliant. I mean, it
Oh,
was
it's
like
fantastic. And
so good.
you're a big music guy.
Huge, huge. So that was one of my that was I think how I got into Safdie Brothers was interestingly enough was because I'm such a huge One O Tricks Point Never fan and
Yeah.
like he's doing soundtracks now. But
Mm.
yeah, to answer your question, my wife and I were watching it and she couldn't finish it. We got about 45 minutes in because she hates Chalamet so much.
Oh, really? Is it, can I ask why?
But yeah.
Or
Oh, she just thinks, I know, dude. It
that's
was great.
interesting. That's interesting. Yeah.
It was great. And it was like, just it was so definite too. She's like, "I'm not gonna watch it." I was like, "But the ending is brilliant." And she was like, "I'm not gonna watch any more of it." Um,
Okay.
I think she doesn't like his face. And
Really? Mm,
and his, like, his sort of, because he has, you can call it confidence, you can call it arrogance,
yeah.
he's very, and she said that she accused him of just playing the same character every time, which I don't know enough about him,
Yeah.
but
Um. Yeah. I mean, I remember the Oscars is the only award show I really watch, but I remember like at well, now it's called the Actor Awards, but at the SAG Awards last year, um, when he won for that Complete Unknown movie, he got maybe some people found it funny because like he was like, I want to achieve greatness, I want to be one of the greats, and this is a sign of that. Or I can't, I'm paraphrasing, but I'm like, I could see where people were going to be like annoyed. Then like another interview he did for this movie, he was like, I think this is my greatest performance. And so some people could say like, oh well, he's confident,
yeah,
he's proud of his work, and some people could say like, oh, like get over yourself, dude. But like, yeah, I mean, it didn't bother me personally, but I could see why. Like my celebrity worship has kind of taken a nosedive
yeah.
over the past couple of years, so I don't really go like, how dare you say that about Timothy Chalamet? But I can kind of get why. Yeah, I mean, he is a good looking man. He has a baby face. Yeah, so but I can get it. Like the cockiness can be a turnoff. Like a little bit like, yeah. I like there's other people who they've been very cocky when I'm just like, oh my god, shut up. But
Yeah.
yeah. That's very funny. I'm gonna remember that. Just like I just hate his face. I was like, wow, okay. Chalamet's not loved by everybody. See? Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
it's
Don't
also
don't get cocky, dude.
she's not involved in, she doesn't care to be involved in the discourse, which as you know, um, that's like my whole
Your
that's
whole
what
thing, yeah.
I do.
Yeah. So you have to pay attention to it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it's funny. It's always fun. Like, I'll turn to her as a way to like leave the discourse, to leave offline, and
Yeah.
ask,
Gotta
like,
do that.
what, like, because you get too deep into it. Did you watch The Smashing Machine?
I did. I just thought it was okay.
Yeah.
It was I heard someone make it a comparison to Fat City, that John Huston movie.
Oh, wow.
Have you seen Fat City?
I haven't, no, but
No.
Houston's great. John Houston's great.
Oh, oh yeah. Because of like John Huston, it starred Stacy Keach, a young Jeff Bridges, which is cool. It's kind of like there's no like, I guess the underdog doesn't win in that movie, and it's kind of just like about like accepting that. So that's I was like, okay, I kind of see that for Smashing Machine.
Yeah.
So it was. I've only seen it once. I guess I need to give movies more chances. But it was kind of cool. It was good to see The Rock like challenge himself because he's been doing a lot of like franchise stuff.
Yeah.
And I haven't watched a ton of the Fast and Furious movies, but he's probably getting paid good money to do that
I
stuff.
didn't even know he was doing those.
Oh
I got
yeah.
kids, so I Moana is my that's my reference. But he's in
Well, you have
Moana. He's
kids.
in a Disney
Yeah,
movie, you know?
yeah, and they're doing a live action version of it. I don't know why, but yeah,
That's insane.
yeah.
'Cause
I don't know.
money, bro. Um,
Funny. Yeah.
so this is, I don't think anybody except for my wife, I don't think anybody agrees with me on this. And
Okay.
but I thought that might be my favorite movie from this year. Uh,
Marty, Smashing Machine.
yeah, I know. I know.
Oh,
That's
that's it. I've never heard anyone say that. That wasn't like on any list I've looked at. Why is it your favorite movie
nobody.
of the year?
I just found him to be. a beautiful character.
Yeah,
Uh, like his sweetness, and it's really interesting because we're talking about the Safdie brothers here. That's Josh Safdie, and Benny Safdie is Marty Supreme. So it's interesting. Everything pretty much up till now has been them working together. So it was interesting to see what happens when you separate them. Which cinematic ideas, which thematic ideas, and which parts of the script belong to which brother. And it was
yeah,
interesting to see in the Smashing Machine. It was a very slow movie. It
yeah,
moves very slow. There's not really anything. I mean, there are some spectacular moments, but I found it like I watched it and it made me feel really good. So
oh,
that's
okay.
but I mean that doesn't like I know rationally you you couldn't objectively call it a better movie than Marty Supreme. Marty Supreme, like, I watched it on my laptop. My buddy has, he's a SAG member, and he sent me
Really?
the
Oh,
login
nice.
because I missed it in
Mm,
theaters. I wasn't able to see it in
yeah,
theaters, and I watched
yeah,
it on my laptop, and I started it at, like, midnight and
yeah,
could not stop watching it because it's so brilliant, even on the laptop with headphones on.
yeah.
Um, but
Marty Supreme or Smashing Machine?
Marty Supreme. Smashing
Marty
Machine, I
Supreme.
watched on my so that might be part of it. I watched
Yeah,
I watched it on our big TV with my good speakers. So, I don't know what it is. I like, maybe, and it might be because going into Marty Supreme, I had this idea that, "Oh, this is probably gonna be the best movie of the year." And with
yeah.
Smashing Machine, that was something that my wife and I talked about, and she said she absolutely loves the movie. That's one that we watched twice, which never
Oh,
happens. Yeah,
wow.
I know. I can't explain it or justify it, but I think
Okay.
that gets at something that you're talking about here, which is just how personal watching a movie is.
Yeah. No, I completely agree. And I like what you said because like it's about a real person, Mark Kerr, I
Yeah,
believe.
Mark Kern.
And yeah, and like The Rock was perfect for that. He kind of looks like him. And the thing I could say like I really appreciate about it. It moves slow, but like there's like moments that really take their time. Like the fight scenes between him and Emily Blunt. Like
Yeah,
there's like a scene like near the beginning of the when he's in does he go to Japan or
yeah,
China? Yeah.
Japan.
Yeah, when like he's sitting in a room with her and he's just like he doesn't want to yell and you can just tell he's frustrated. And then like these other people come in and they want to take a photo and then you just slightly see like a little tear come out of Emily Blunt's eye. I was like, okay. Like I like little moments like that. Yeah. I hope like this gives like The Rock or I'll call him by his actual name, Dwayne Johnson, like more of a chance to like get like good parts.
Yeah.
Like people could say like, oh, he can actually act. I mean, he's good in other movies, like those action movies he does, but like to see him actually like go for like a real like dramatic leading man role was yeah, I appreciate it for that. But you know what? I'll give it a second watch after talking to you. Actually,
I mean,
you
it prob
convinced me.
yeah, who knows? Who
You
knows?
know, yeah,
So, one of the movies that was on your list that I really didn't know anything about, which I absolutely loved, is Black Bag.
yeah, that snuck up on me. That was a beginning of the year movie too. Um, and I'm still catching up with Soderbergh's work.
Yeah.
There's something interesting about him because he has like no like distinct style. He tries different things. And this podcast I listened to called The Big Picture, part of the Ringer podcast network. They were really hyping it up. So I was like, okay, let me go see it. There's this great movie theater in Pittsburgh where I live called the Manor Theater. It's in Squirrel Hill, the neighborhood there. It's fantastic. I went to go see it, and one, I appreciated that was 90 minutes. Just a message to people out there that like I've appreciated some long movies, but like it told a great story, well written, in under 90 minutes. I was interested the entire time. You had great actors as great characters. You didn't need a whole explanation for things, and I loved every minute of it. And uh, yeah, there's just something. I love the Britishness of it.
It's
Just
very
this
British.
like, it's very British. Yeah, just I loved that style, and like it made me think like Kate Blanchett's one of the greats, but like there's something about Michael Fassbender that I really like. I don't know what it is with him, but like he's a great leading man, and just like it also shows that like it didn't need like explosions or all these crazy action scenes. It was just this well done, well written movie that could keep you suspensed. Like it keeps your attention without needing all this crazy stuff. Like I remember I saw the clip of Matt Damon and Ben Affleck on Joe Rogan, and they were talking about like their new movie The Rip and how like Netflix was like trying to how like they like set up their movies, and they're like, no, you need something exciting in the first like 5 minutes. I was like, oh, that sucks. Kind of like how we're how a lot of people are losing their attention span. But I like this movie felt earned. Like like there's no like big exciting thing. It's just these like serious CIA people, and something happens, and just people are just they're taking their time and they're building a case, and like something about that really appealed to me. It's just like you're like we're gonna make you wait. We're gonna make you wait, and then you're gonna be excited to see what happens. I really liked it. So yeah, what did you think about it?
Yeah, I had a lot of the same reactions because I agree. One of the reasons, I love the 60s and 70s were great for political thrillers. And you see it some, in the 40s, you see propaganda. I mean, it's brilliant propaganda. I mean, just
Yeah. Yeah.
brilliant movies. And I don't mind the fact that it's propaganda. But 60s and 70s, you see a lot of those psychological political thrillers, which I think this was. The
Yeah.
explosions are um they're not there. And I agree, man. I think that movies today have gotten, I'm gonna sound like so vanilla here, but I don't mind vulgarity. I don't mind like anything that's offensive. That doesn't bother me at all. I
Yeah.
just wish we had more films that didn't just take it to the max.
Yeah.
I
No,
like
I agree.
I can't think of the last time there was a PG rated movie that made it to the Oscars, which maybe
Yeah.
times have changed. Times have changed. But with regard to Black Bag, I really enjoyed the I mean, it was like a puzzle that you were trying to figure. It was an exciting
Yeah.
movie to watch.
Yeah.
And I know I keep bringing up my wife, but we watch a lot of
Yeah. Yeah, that's great. Yeah.
it's like one of our huge connect music and movies. So
Yeah.
I told her, yeah, there's this really great Soderbergh movie that I'd love to watch with you. And she's like, I've watched enough Soderbergh. I don't, I can't do it
Don't
anymore.
make me do
I
this.
can't watch another one. But I love the point you made about
Yeah.
like when I started watching it, I was expecting, I don't know what I was expecting, but I was not expecting that. A sort of intelligence agency thriller. A and it was so well done, and you're right about Fassbender. I mean, he like, that character is just so cold, but such a beautifully done, very like, he's just so clean, and one of my favorite
Yeah.
moments when he was cooking dinner and he noticed that he got a little like, his shirt was a little bit stained.
Yeah.
That's such a great detail.
Yeah. He pays attention to that stuff too. Yeah. No, that was really yeah, just attention to detail like that. And also like I learned that black bag is not a real CIA term. Like the writer David Coep, I don't know how to pronounce his last name. He he heard like someone in the business use that term as something like put that in the black bag, like is something like I don't want to see again. Like put that in the black bag and throw it in the river. I don't want to see it. He was like, okay, I'll use that for my spy movie I'm writing. So it's like when I hear actors talk about like decisions they make with their characters. It's just like what I'm trying to learn now in just my personal life. Just like go out in the real world and see what influences you. Just like little interactions like that, and he wrote a great movie based off that. I just think is really amazing. So I got to give Soderbergh more of a chance. I have not watched a ton of his movies, but yeah, this one really sold me. Of just like, wow, he made a really good one. And like, I think I hear from movie people is just like the beginning of the year can be really rough for movie times because that's when a lot of bad stuff gets dumped out into the world, and Oscar movies are still in theaters. But like, this was such a great adult movie. It wasn't a franchise movie. It was like a legit movie. I hear people complain that we don't have enough. It's like a movie you can watch. It's not too late after you leave the theater, and you can discuss it with your friends and your partner. It was just, oh, it's
90
like,
minutes too. I love that.
yeah, yeah,
It's gotten out of control how long.
yeah,
I think, I wouldn't I think Sinners is a very long movie too, to go back to that.
yeah, yeah,
Like, I'm not gonna step in and say that I'm an editor here.
yeah. Me either. Yeah.
I love the list is great, and one of the things I love about it is that you had the new Naked Gun on there.
Well, yeah. I mean, I didn't want my this to be like all pretentious films,
Yeah.
but also the new Naked Gun. I was just talking about this with my brother a few days ago. Like that movie could have been set up to fail. They were like rebooting an old movie and is like reinforcing a thought a lot of people have that Hollywood's out of ideas. They're not listening to people. Studios are run by people who don't even like movies. What the hell are you doing? And it was hilarious. It was so well done. Like they got the right lead actor for it because Liam
Yeah.
Neeson's known for playing old, grizzly, mean old guys. Yeah, and Pamela Anderson was great. I never knew that she
Fantastic.
had like comedic chops. And Akiva from The Lonely Island, he's more of a behind the scenes type of guy. Like even like the movie he did with Andy Samberg, Popstar, he had a small role in it, but he's always just been writer, director, and yeah, I love this. And I'm more familiar with the original first Naked Gun, but this was just again short movie, um, really well cast. Paul Walter Hauser was great. Um, just one of the cops, and oh my God, John Huston's son, Danny Houston,
Danny
was
Houston's so good.
good. Just they got the assignment. They knew what to do. These are real comedy nerds writing this. They knew how to respect the material. They knew they didn't do like fan service of just like, hey, remember this from the original thing? The only thing I can remember is Priscilla Presley had like was on screen for like 2 seconds when Liam Neeson was, I guess like I forget. It's like he's in the stadium and his pants are coming down. It's on TV, and it just cuts to Priscilla. Cuts to Priscilla, just like what? Yeah, but yeah, it was just
It's so fun. It was such
yeah,
a fun movie.
yeah, and like based on like what I've been noticing, that type of stuff doesn't get made anymore.
Yeah.
I can't think of the last like really just joke after joke comedy movie. No one makes them. I don't know if it's like uh I don't know if it's like a political thing, like yeah, we can't say this anymore. I don't know what kind of like what ideas are behind like oh we can't make these types of movies, but this just proved that like people like this stuff, and yeah, I couldn't have enjoyed it more. There's like I've my favorite. I mean, yeah, it was some part in the beginning when he's talking to his chief. He's like, "I'm sorry, I was, I'm still angry about that Janet Jackson halftime performance." Like Frank, like it's like Frank, that was 20 years ago. Not to me, it wasn't. I was like, that was hilarious. I don't even have to ask you. I could tell that you love the movie, but yeah,
Oh, it was so good. It
it was
was
so
so
good.
good. Yeah, there are so many moments that are because I watched the original movies, and I think they did a good job of matching that quick, dry humor that's also so dumb. There's, like, so much dumb.
I love stupid. Yeah,
Oh, it's so stupid, but it's, like, so funny. I mean, like,
yeah.
when he's, like, going through the footage and he just can't stop eating the
All those
burritos.
chili dogs. It's like, oh my god.
I mean,
Yeah,
that is, just, so vulgar. I mean, if you wanna
yeah,
look at it, but it's so funny, and I do like, I love, because there is this phenomenon in Hollywood, it seems like, there's a joke in It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia where they're trying to find the villain for a movie, and they're like, "We don't know who to do a villain," and they're like, "Just make it global warming." So, like,
okay, yeah, it's a
so
good point.
it's so great. It was so great for them to just be offensive and like, it's good that that humor is there because I agree. I feel like we've sort of been in a drought with
Yeah,
comedy. We need it, man. Comedy is in any society. You have to have comedy. There has to
yeah,
be some expression and satire and parody. Like it's actually crucial for the society to function because if you have a society of people who aren't laughing at anything, that's
yeah.
dangerous, dude.
No, I agree. And I had many years where I like ignored that type of stuff, or I didn't want to joke about that type of stuff. But I'm like, I can't deny it. That's some of my favorite stuff. It's just stupid, like stuff that doesn't make any sense. Like that, like scene when they fight at the end and Danny Houston just gets punched once, and he's like, "Oh, my God!" It's like, oh, that was great. I did not expect that. That was hilarious. He's just like, "Oh my God, whoa, that hurt." I was like, "Oh, that was great," and like, and it was music to my ears because I was in like a semi-full theater when that happened, and people were laughing. That was great. That's like read the room, dude. It's what a lot of people like.
I was
Like I remember going, yeah.
what was the vibe in the theater? I saw it at home. I didn't get to see it in the
Oh, yeah.
theater.
I went to go see it at that Manor Theater I was talking about, and like it was semi-full. It was a weekday, and just uh, it was getting laughs most of the time. It was just like that chili dog scene, the scene I was talking about, um, the Dave Bautista scene when he comes in just for one time, or the random snowman scene that makes no sense at all, or like the fantasy of them going to the cabin. That was hilarious. We couldn't stop laughing. It was just like a nice thing to see as a film nerd of just like everyone's like we all agree that this is funny as hell. Yeah, it made me so happy. Yeah.
It's
Oh my.
when I was
What were
going
you gonna
through
say?
the list and I saw Naked Gun on there, that's when I was like, this is good. Like, this is a
Thank you.
good list right here. This is,
Yeah.
like, the ability to, like, capture something and because there's, like, such an attitude there's a snobbery when you start to get into, this idea, like, film needs to be agonizing and serious. A
Yeah.
and that's even kind of infected, comedy. Begonia. Sorry to interrupt.
No, I definitely agree, and I'm like I agree with the opinion that it is hard to do comedy because I have seen some people try to do comedy
Yeah.
and they're not good at it. And there's definitely like there's like the whole thing of like, oh, there's this comedic actor doing a serious part. Like Robin Williams is a legit good actor. But then like I've seen like of course I can't think of any at the moment, but like comedic actors, like serious actors, I mean, trying to be funny just doesn't always work. There's like times where like even on Saturday Night Live, which is another thing I can complain about, because I am a big fan of that show, but I I love analyzing it for some reason. Like there's certain like serious actors who've gone on there and try to be funny, and it's just awkward. Like
Oh,
I'll
Seagal.
be yeah, I'll
I
be
wouldn't call him
petty.
a serious actor, but
Yeah. What'd you say?
Steven Seagal.
Oh yeah, he's like the most infamous one. Yeah. Oh, but like that's the thing. Like most people agree on. Like I've seen people give interviews. Is like given like because he wrote that I think one sketch at the end where he's like fighting like an oil company.
He just had to beat everybody. That was the
Yeah.
only thing he wanted out of it.
He was like, "Where's the jokes in this?" Oh my God. But yeah, there's it's not easy, and I've taken improv classes, and things you think will be funny doesn't always land, and you kind of have to accept that. And so it'd be nice. I mean, I'm jumping in the bandwagon here, but like it's true. It'd be nice if comedy got more like appreciated, noticed more. Like there's comedic performances that like I think legit are just great acting. Like I don't know, Liam Neeson in this. Like he was committed, and he's done comedic stuff before and hasn't always landed. Like that Seth MacFarlane movie, A Million Ways to Die in the West, that didn't get great reviews.
Yeah.
He was like the serious part of that. He didn't have a lot of comedic. He was like the straight man, bad guy in that. But this, he got to be the star. He led it. It was yeah, just great. Yeah,
He was so good, man. It's
yeah,
I love what you said about comedy too, because I'm writing. This is, I mean, my career arc is crazy. Because
yeah.
when I was in graduate school, I wrote my thesis was about comedy and the use of
Oh,
political comedy, and then
yeah.
I wrote a lot of political stuff for a little bit, and for the last year, I've been writing for a comedian, and
Is
so
that Bridget?
yeah, Bridget, yeah,
Yeah,
so
yeah. I
we
remember when I told my parents I was coming on the show, and they were gonna watch this. So hi, mom and dad. I was like, oh yeah, I think he writes stuff for Bridget Phetasy, and my mom goes like, oh, I love her, and I was
for
like,
real.
yeah, my mom's a fan of Bridget. So and also to prepare, I did watch one of her interviews because I always knew who she was because I'm especially paying attention more to the media environment. And I watched her interview with Michael Tracy because I follow Michael Tracy, and I actually did read your I forget what it is. You write a thing for Bridget. It's like a wrap up type thing, and you were
Yeah,
talking about it. Also, I'm a fan of Michael Tracy's writing. There's just something about him that I dig. I don't know. He's just I'm like jealous of his vibe. I'm like, wow, this guy just is full frontal honest. But I really liked their conversation. So yeah, yeah,
Tracy's got a spine. He's
yeah. He does. Yeah, he really does. Especially with what's going on right now with what he's writing, and
man.
he's fully committed. I'm like, damn. Not I know people like not a lot of people could do what he's doing, but yeah. But I don't know. This is just me saying that like I've read your stuff and I like it, and Bridget seems like a really cool person. So yeah.
That's so cool that your mom's a fan, man. We
Yeah,
gotta we'll show her some love somehow because Bridget's the best, dude.
yeah. She seems really cool. Yeah,
She's
yeah,
amazing.
yeah,
But it's been interesting writing comedy though. Like, and
yeah,
she's a writer, so but I'm in all the writers meetings, and
yeah,
it's so interesting, and it's fascinating because we're just trying to make each other laugh the entire time.
yeah, yeah,
So that part of it's okay. So
yeah.
let's switch to a movie that doesn't have a whole lot of laughs in it.
Oh, which one are you thinking?
Begonia.
Well, yeah. There was a couple chuckles
Yeah,
when I went to go see it in theaters. Maybe that just says something, but yeah, you really like this movie. I remember you telling me when you reached
yeah.
out to me. Yeah. Yeah, Yorgos Lanthimos. I've yet to see I forget what country he's from, but I have not seen Dogtooth, which I've heard people talk about it. It sounds really messed up. And he did another movie called The Alps, and like I remember, I think I wrote about it in that article. Like he was like a director that like, oh my God, if I got into his stuff, I would have so much movie nerd street cred.
Oh
But
yeah,
yeah, but like the stuff I have watched, The Lobster, which I definitely need to watch again because that movie was one, it was really funny, especially cool to see John C. Riley in a movie like that. It was really interesting casting. The Favorite was great. It also made me more aware of Olivia Colman. Oh, I really enjoyed Poor Things. That was another movie I saw twice. I've not
nice.
seen Kinds of Kindness. I don't know why. I was kind of like, I already just saw Poor Things. I'm kind of need a break. But this one, there's something about it that I found really interesting. That like it just kind of it stuck with me. I didn't enjoy it as much as Poor Things, and it definitely played on like what's going around now. To
Yeah,
me, that's what I was picking up on it, and I think I did right. Like kind of like do you really know your neighbor? Do you know what like people in your life really think? Because like Jesse Plemons' character, he has a job, he talks to people, but he thinks this weird thing. He's very conspiratorial, and Jesse Plemons is such a great actor. He
he's
is so
fantastic.
good. There's something about like again, I've never studied acting, but like there's just something about him. I've heard him. I don't know. I don't use this term a lot, but he's a character actor.
Yep.
There's just something about him. He just like can switch even with like he didn't have to like conform or do crazy makeup like Jacob Elordi did for Frankenstein, but like what like I could see like this being a guy in the real world, like this guy who carries this
Definitely.
real trauma and thinks these weird things that like, oh, this person's an alien and we're gonna st- kidnap her and she's gonna take us up and we're gonna do it. I could see people in life now like thinking that. But yeah, didn't like it as much as Poor Things, but there was just something interesting about it. And also Emma Stone is just her trajectory of just like I remember her being in Superbad and she was just this young woman who's just known in these comedies like Easy A, Zombieland, which I've never saw the second one, but the first Zombieland is great. Um, Now she's a two-time Academy Award winner and she's becoming one of our best actresses. And so it's just interesting. I can always appreciate someone who's willing to challenge themselves. Of just like she was just known for being really funny. She hosted SNL. She's a five-timer, and she really is funny. She has comedic timing, but like she's like, oh no, I'm gonna challenge myself in this different way. I'm gonna do this Lanthimos guy's. I'm saying his name wrong. His weird movies, and she's really fits into that world, and just kind of shows that she's actually way more versatile than I gave her credit for. So, but yeah, just what did you think of it? Because you wanted to bring this up, and so I was like, yeah,
Yeah.
I'm game to talk about Begonia. But what about it stuck to you?
I love that the conspiracy wound up being true,
Yeah.
and
Yes.
that
Yeah.
it was actually way worse
Oh,
than
yeah. That scene when he goes into her closet, like legit shocked me.
yes,
I was like, oh my God. And
yes,
that head they used for Jesse Plemons
yes,
looked so real.
yeah.
Like I need to look up the makeup department or the effects department, but like, wow, like that was like one of those things when I was sitting there, like I was like, oh my dear Lord, because I was not expecting that at
Shock,
all. But yeah,
and
yeah.
then
So
like the ending was I thought it was brilliant because it was like just so dark.
yes.
I mean, that is as dark as any ending could be.
Oh, okay. What about it came off as dark to you?
Total annihilation of the human species.
Oh, yeah. Okay, now that just came to me. Everyone's that. Sorry, I forgot that part. Like everyone's just lying down, of like, and it's not. It's just you go, what the hell happens now? Everyone's dead, and so and then she's safe with her alien crew. I like
and
that
the
they like
air,
were
like
speaking a different language too. Yeah, that was funny.
yeah, it was funny. It was, like, so dark that it was funny.
Yeah, and and they had the comedian in that. He played the cop and the
He's
Stavros
so
guy.
good. He was so
Yeah,
good in that movie.
and
I
it.
was
Oh,
sorry, go
what
ahead.
you were about to say something? No, okay. I like that it's not explained. Apparently, he. It seems like he abused him in sort of way, but it's like not really explained what he did, and that made it even more creepy to me. It was just kind of like because I could tell Jesse Plemons was really uncomfortable with him because he kept going like, "Yeah, totally, it's not a big deal. Yeah, don't worry about it. Yeah," just kind of like you just want the moment to like go past, and you're just uncomfortable, and like the camera's like stays on Jesse Plemons' character the entire time. Ugh, and that's another movie that had some gross stuff when like Jesse hits him with like the shovel, I think, and they
Yes.
just full on show his head getting caved in. I was like, damn, all right, there you go.
Very
Yeah,
yeah,
but
very hardcore. That part is the part you just described, about the, like, awkwardness and this sort of unanswered, unexplained potential abuse in the background. That was really good writing. It was,
yeah,
I when they didn't explain it, when they didn't go into it, or do some, like, shaky cam flashback, that's when I said, "This is really good writing." We
yeah,
don't
that's a really
we
good
don't
point.
need that.
Yeah, and I'm learning to appreciate that more and more. When I was younger, I didn't understand, and I was like, what? Why? What's going on? But there's like he's trusting his audience. Like he understands that we're not dumb and we're willing to like can tell that like there's something there between these two characters and you can kind of figure it out yourself. And that's what made it more interesting. Just like what the hell did he do to him as his babysitter?
Yeah.
Just like and there's something with Jesse Plemons with like that character he like never went to the well that babysitter became the police but like did no one believe him? Did he ever say anything or was he too ashamed or scared to like admit something like that? And that could like stay with you for the rest of your life and just did that somehow influence him to maybe stay inside more and become more conspiratorially minded? But yeah, but also the like the scenes between Emma Stone and Jesse Plemons and I'm sorry, I can't remember the other actor's name.
He's
Um,
great. He's so
yeah,
good.
and how like even in like a scary situation of being kidnapped, she's still corporate speaking of just like let's table this, let's talk this over. Was really funny and just how like confident she was and she knew how to get inside his head, like that dinner scene.
Yes.
That was such good acting. Like of just Jesse Plemons being like, "Bullshit, you know, you know me." But yeah, just I'm really happy that Emma Stone's challenging herself, and also see, I'm saying I didn't enjoy Begonia as much as Poor Things, but you have me really talking about it passionately. But like, yeah, and I'm just happy that Jesse Plemons is a working actor, of just like like it made me think of other things I really enjoyed him in, like The Power of the Dog he was good in. Even like comedy movies, like he was so funny as the creepy neighbor in Game Night. You ever see that? Yeah.
No.
Oh, it was came out in 2018. It's really good. It has Jason Bateman and Rachel McAdams, and also as Todd on Breaking Bad.
Yo, yeah.
Oh my God,
Man,
he was
talk
so creepy,
yeah.
such a sociopath.
Oh,
So yeah,
probably the biggest villain on a show of heavy, heavy villains.
yeah, and just like what really sold him uh what really made him appealing as Todd on that show was just like how like Walter would scream and get mad, and you could totally tell that he was just becoming this like sociopathic, greedy, empire hungry man. Todd was just this guy like treating it like an everyday thing. He was just Like, and that's like one of the scariest things when it's
That's
just like,
so scary.
yeah, that's just like when you're just like nonchalantly, like when he shoots that kid in one of the episodes after the train robbery, he just does it without thinking about it. I'm like, oh, that's something that scares me when someone just does something like that so comfortably. But yeah, but I don't know, just really well acted. Should Jesse Plemons have gotten a nomination? Yeah, because Emma Stone got one.
Oh, I
It's
didn't know that. She got one, but
yeah,
he didn't.
he didn't. He didn't, and it's become like a thing of like Meryl Streep. Like every time she did like a well-known movie, she would always get nominated for something. Is Emma Stone becoming our next Meryl Streep? Let's add that to the discourse. But yeah, it was. Yeah, this you're convincing me to watch it again. There was just something timely about it, but it wasn't like again, it wasn't preachy of like you got to get out there and call these people out. No, it was just kind of like, oh yeah, this kind of reminds me of things kind of going on right now. So yeah, yeah.
Well, that is a good segue to Eddington.
I knew you were gonna. Okay, yeah, yeah.
'Cause
This is
that
another.
that's a
Yeah,
little more obvious. That commentary, that that aspect of like, "Look, this is what's going on right now," is pretty up in the front unapologetically in Eddington.
yeah, and that movie still stays with me. There's
Me
just
too.
something about it of
Yeah.
like, and this is the first. Well, no, I saw Hereditary, but I was in a bad mood when I saw Hereditary, so I don't think I gave it a fair shot. But I still have
And
not
that
seen Midsummer or Beau is Afraid. But there's something about this, and like I remember when it was hyped up, it was being talked about, and it was like, oh, it's because I remember Ari Aster did an interview with Bill Hader for A24, and like Bill Hader was like praising it so much, and he was like, I like that you didn't take a side. You were kind of just pointing out things from all over the spectrum and how it's just going on in this little town. And I was like, oh, that convinces me. Because I've been going on my own little uh, journey politically. And I went to go see it on a Sunday afternoon in the summer. And it was like one of those things where just like I had to take a beat,
yeah.
as cliche as that sounds, because it felt so real of just like, holy shit, I think Ari kind of like fully expressed what's going on, especially in these past, like, especially in the COVID times, what was going on in America.
Yeah.
I'm just like, that really hit me in what that film was saying without taking a side, and he even admitted in interviews that he's a left leaning guy,
Yeah.
but he didn't want it to be preachy like that. Like I think his family lives in Mexico, so he went there for the pandemic, asked certain people what they thought. He made like fake Twitter accounts, and just there's like parts of that movie that kind of like mess with my brain of
Yeah.
like oh my god, like it kind of made me reassess things. And like as the months have gone on, especially the last few months, from right now, I don't know how I'm trying to say this, but like these past few months in my life, I've been thinking about politics and just how I've been very combative. I've been very like I've been going into conversations really mean and combative, and I've walked on eggshells around people of all ideologies. I've been a jerk. I've been not really thoughtful, and I'm a very curious person. And I've like these past 10 or 15 years, I've kind of like toned that down. And this movie was like part of refixing my brain, but then like it always stayed a part of me. Like over these past few months and certain events that have happened, I go, I think I need to start rethinking how I like go towards these certain things. And I've been like uh, really just adjusting how I see things, how like I've actually started to like get more into politics, Justin Robert Young, who I believe you're friends with
My
or
boy.
friendly with.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
my boy.
him, like, I'm thinking about resubscribing because I just didn't have time to like listen to a show for a while, but like he was very good at like calming me down and like really explaining just like here's what's going on, take it or leave it, you think for yourself. But yeah, I'm taking up a lot of time here, but like just
Oh,
like
dude, I love it. This
yeah,
is great. Uh,
this
this is
yeah,
fan
just it was yeah, you go. Yeah.
Justin is great. I think Justin's probably he might be the best political commentator of our time.
Mm.
Are
I
you
could
millennial or are you Gen Z?
I was born in 92, so I believe I'm a millennial.
Yeah. So yeah, I think he's on the front end of millennial. He might even be the
Yeah.
back end of Gen X. But yeah, I think he's as good. And for someone who's in that position, which I love, you just showed a lot of self-awareness
Yeah.
and some vulnerability that I
And
really
some certain people in my life who I've have not given grace to will see this. So this is kind of me, like this is kind of like a me coming clean type moment because I knew we were going to talk about this movie and I just wanted to be 100% honest. But it kind of just shows you that art can do that.
dude, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
I
So
love that. What that is absolutely lovely and admirable.
yeah,
And I'm glad that I'm glad with that observation about the power of art. And that's part of what Eddington did for me as well.
yeah,
'Cause my immediate reaction was, I interpreted the Rorschach test. I was like,
yeah,
this is what the movie's about. And,
yeah.
and
Listen to me. I
yeah,
figured it out. Yeah.
and that's brilliant. That's so brilliant. And to hear your story, to hear that it inspired you to do this. It's a very difficult thing to do.
Yeah.
To have that level of self-awareness. So good for
It
you,
it
dude.
took it took some time. Like I was like, oh man, I don't know how to feel about this. I need to change. I didn't think about it for a while. And then like certain events just happen in the world and how I was talking to people. I went back to scenes in that movie and just like thinking, just like, there's a better way to act in the world. But there's like certain aspects of that movie that really made me think of just like how certain things are affecting us. Like in that ending shot of the data center, I could totally see someone being like, "Oh, that's so, oh my God, get over yourself. That's so stupid. That's so like, okay, we get it, dude. Phones are ruining our lives." But I'm like, it totally fit for me. It totally worked. Of just like that shot of it at night in the middle of the desert and Courtyard by Bobby Gentry turned on and I was like, "Fuck that!" Got hit me. I remember when that movie ended and like the lights went on. Like I was like slowly getting out of my chair and like there's like people going like, "Oh my God!"
Yeah.
It was like I was like looking at we were like looking at each other going like, "Holy crap! Did that just happen?" It's like it's it did what art's supposed to do in my opinion. It
Yeah.
made you think. It wasn't a spoon-fed thing. Like it really was like it challenged MAGA right wing people as much as it did progressives. Like I can always do you think of like the Pedro Pascal um, election video he came out with. And I was like, oh yeah, this was a big thing, especially in the early 2020s of just him actually playing a piano, high fiving kids, and wearing a mask, and then like Joaquin Phoenix's character so easily absorbing conspiracy theories and Emma Emma Stone
Well, yeah.
again being having real trauma. Her character has real trauma in her life, and she just processed it in a really dangerous way. And I'm like, that's a lot of people. That
Yeah.
is like a very real thing, and yeah, and even how like it affects. I can't remember the actress's name who plays Emma Stone's mom, but like even in like that scene when Joaquin was trying to make dinner for his wife, and they all come together with like Austin Butler's character, and how Emma Stone's like really just laying it out what happened to her, and like even the mom who introduced Austin Butler to her, it's like seeing her face, like going like, oh my God, yeah, it kind of just yeah, you see how it's affecting me now of just like how a lot of people are easily bought and a lot of yeah, I don't know. It left me speechless. It left me like stopped me in my tracks. Like I'm not shocked that this didn't get any awards attention. And
Yeah,
it's an intense movie. It's not a movie I can easily put on because it's just but there's just certain aspect of this movie that just felt so real. So like I would just love to go inside Ari Aster's brain and figure out like how he like put this together because there's like the whole thing of like, oh, is it too soon to do a COVID movie? And apparently, I think it played at Cannes, one of these film festivals, and it didn't get like as great of a response. But I'm like, I mean, it came out 5 years after 2020. I mean,
that's fair game.
yeah, it's fair game. So
Yeah.
yeah, he just said like, yeah, I'm doing it, and I just thought like, wow, we don't need another. Yeah, people can do a documentary, I guess, if they want to, but like he really just made a movie, in my opinion, that really just captured a moment. Yeah, and I did not know you brought up when you talked to Justin Robert Young, that Benicio del Toro was one of the.
I was wrong.
You're wrong. Oh,
Wrong,
okay,
dude.
never mind
Yeah.
then.
I texted him. He was right. I text because I was actually thinking of the Phoenician scheme and one battle after another.
Oh,
So
okay, yeah.
yeah, I texted him that night and was like, "Oh, dude, I'm sorry, I got that wrong."
Because when I saw that, I was like, oh wait, he's one of the oh crap, I forget. Antifa guys. I was like, oh wait, really? I couldn't tell. And then I was like, okay, now I know it's not true. All right, never mind. But what about it stuck with you? I've been talking this entire time, but like, what about stuck
Oh,
with you?
you got a lot of good stuff to say, man.
Yeah,
So I agree. One of the great parts about it, and the thing that elevated it to like a really great film for me, was that it ended with the data center. Because in a way, it's saying all that other stuff it's just fake. And I'm not belittling the discourse or the importance of
yeah,
having political discussions and political opinions and beliefs and convictions,
yeah,
but there was an element of it that like all of this was a distraction so that this very ominous thing. I mean, the data center was the villain, the actual villain. Everybody
yeah,
else, they were all people like you and me who were captured by the discourse.
yeah,
I could let my dog
yeah.
out. Thank you.
No.
That dog, dude. So, yeah. So, the Phoenician scheme, well, we can do you wanna do Phoenician scheme or one battle after another? I could not finish one battle after another. So if you wanna talk about that, you can, like, try and convince me to finish it, or we can talk about Phoenician scheme, which, like, really surprised me. Seeing your list, I wasn't gonna watch it, but I did because of your list.
Oh,
So, which
oh
one?
wow. Whew. Why didn't you finish it? Did you not like one battle after another, or were you not enjoying it, or
So this was when I watched it, like, after everybody else, and I watched it
okay?
during the Renee Good eye stuff, and I was
Oh,
so deep into that watching that movie just felt like I needed a distraction from.
yeah, you're already paying attention to that stuff, and so this stuff, yeah, with the Stephen Lockjaw character, which a lot of people were comparing Greg Bovino to Stephen J. Lockjaw. Um, uh, I mean, I'm of the opinion that like you don't have to finish a movie, but like, or you don't have to go see it if it's just not your thing. But I think it's a really well done movie. Granted, I think Paul Thomas Anderson deserved an Oscar a long time ago. He has. This isn't my favorite. Boogie Nights is my favorite movie of all time, and my favorite of his. I think it's a stone cold masterpiece, beginning
Definitely.
to end. But I I would say give it a shot,
Okay.
just to just watch it once. I can understand maybe it's not being everyone's thing. Just like there are some things that are just pretty obvious of what Paul Thomas Anderson is saying. But just like the sheer just being a film fan, a lot of good stuff.
Definitely.
There's a chase scene in it in the end, going down a highway in the desert that I think is really well. It's a road like this. That's why I was doing it with my hand. So I would say just give it one time, and you don't have to watch it again. Not telling you how to live your life, but you're just I'd say give it just one try. There's a lot of good performances in it. Like Benicio del Toro has my favorite line in the movie when he's driving down the road with Leonardo DiCaprio and the cops are after them, and he's like, you know what freedom means, Bob? And he's like, what? No fear. Just like Tom fucking Cruise. And I was like, I thought that was just such a badass. He said that so confidently. So I would say give it just one try, and then let me know what you think about it. Yeah, message me. But
Yeah.
we could talk about the Phoenician scheme. I know. Are we tight on time?
I mean, we got like, nah, I mean, we're good. We're good. Yeah.
Okay, all right. We could talk about Phoenician scheme, which is actually a movie that grew on me.
Yep. Me too.
Because especially with like Wes Anderson, like his stuff, like in this decade with the French Dispatch, Asteroid City, and this, he's taking a more like a different turn. He still has all like the quirky Wes Anderson-ness that's in all of his movies. It's like he is so like when you watch one of his movies, it's very obvious that you're watching a Wes Anderson movie.
Yeah. There's no doubt.
Um, yeah, there's no doubt. There's no subtlety to it. It's just like automatically. There's
Yeah.
people who try to copy his stuff, but yeah, it's um, I don't know. Like there's like a lot of his movies have like some serious themes, but there's just like something different in these last Phoenician Scheme and the two other movies that are like more deeper, maybe more philosophical. Like he's maybe getting older and like thinking about his life now as an older guy. But like I watched I watched the Phoenician Scheme twice. I went to go see it with a friend. Well, I won't lie to your audience. It was someone I was dating at the time.
Nice.
We went on a date. We went to go see that, and then next day I saw it with my dad, and then like months later, I was hanging out with that same woman, and we watched it and we watched it together again. I was like, okay, you know what? It grew on me. Uh, I really like Benicio del Toro. Again, another actor that like I always knew of him, and but like I never really gave him a chance for some reason. I just never really watched a ton of his stuff. Like I saw Sicario years after it came out, and I was like, okay, I get why everyone loves this movie. He is amazing in that movie, and I get why it might not be for everybody because it deals with a very serious subject of cartels. But oh, he's my God, he's amazing in
He's
that
so
movie.
good. He's
Yeah,
such a natural.
yeah, and but I don't know. When it finally grew on me, I really appreciated it. It was just like seeing him also try to like be funny was really cool. Just
Yeah.
like kind of like a quirky way to look at like this rich person looking at his morality and trying to be a better father was it was just done in an interesting way. And then like finally getting Michael Cera in a Wes Anderson
Yeah.
movie was really cool. He was like made for Wes Anderson movies. He's such
Definitely.
a he's such a quirky indie guy. And
Definitely.
it took a little bit, but it did grow on me. What did you think about it?
Well, I wasn't gonna watch it because it had been a while since I've watched any Wes Anderson for the reasons you just said. It's like I don't know what he can do that's new because his style is so distinct, and that's what you're gonna get. So I really even kind of hesitated to put it on until saw your article, and I put it on and just absolutely loved it. There's a humanity, there's an emotional complexity to it. It's not
Yeah,
just quirky, Bill Murray, um, interesting show. I mean, like as a cinematographer, he's a genius, and
yeah,
there not a single part of the set is there by accident. It's all everything's beautiful. It's very maximalist, which I have an appreciation for. But that's spot on. This was a whole new level that I hadn't expected.
yeah. And no, that's a really good point. It's showing that he's willing to challenge himself in these types of ways. Like his films always were a little quirky. Like even looking back at his like first full length film, Bottle Rocket, it's weird to compare that to this.
For sure.
So there's something like he's advancing in a sort of way in his storytelling, and he's still using a lot of the same people, which kind of shows that he's a trustworthy director, that people want to work with him a lot, and he has good relationships with people. Like Bill Murray, he's in the movie for like one scene, but yeah, it's kind of just like a thing like, hey, can you do me a solid and play God? And he's like, okay.
So good.
Yeah, but I uneducated opinion because I don't know him personally, but I just feel like it's like, hey, I'm getting older and I'm thinking about my life more. He probably has kids and they're older, and just he kind of then he puts it to the page. So I definitely thinking about that and made me like it a lot more. Of just thinking like he's thinking about things that a lot of people think about, but he did it in his own signature style. And like the dialogue is still like it. Just hearing like Benicio del Toro's character talk about his kids and how like the production design is still great. And he's a guy who loves color. All of his movies are very colorful. Like I remember I rewatched Grand Budapest Hotel a few months ago and just thinking about like, oh, this movie was so well shot. And this movie is
So
so
colorful.
colorful. I don't know who he gets to do like production design for his movies, but it just works. The worlds he creates are always great, even when they're in these like movies that are a little bit more serious or dealing with a more serious thing. It's still appealing to me, and so yeah, I really liked it. It was interesting. It might not be for everybody, but it was. He took a chance, and I really appreciated it. So yeah, it's definitely good.
Yeah, and that's another part of what's so cool. There's so much quirkiness that when you get like in Royal Tenenbaums, when you get that suicide attempt, that scene, it
Yeah,
just hits so hard. And he had
yeah,
a few moments like this, and you get you actually get the transformation of the worst imaginable character, and like the impossible takes place, and
yeah,
there is a spiritual, moral, ethical transformation that he undergoes. So I
yeah.
really there's a lot of depth to it. I'm glad. I would not have seen that had I not read your article. So I appreciate that,
Oh, oh, thanks, man. I really appreciate it. I'm glad you really liked my stuff. That means a lot. Thank you.
dude. Keep it
Yeah.
up. Where can people find you?
Well, I'm on Substack. My page name is Critiques and Musings by Alex. It's a picture of me. Um, I'm not on Twitter as much, but if you want to find me there, it's A Kraemer, Kraemer 92, and Mr. Alex Kraemer on Instagram. So yeah, thank you so much for having me again. I'm figuring this writing thing out. This is like a whole new thing for me, and the fact that you reached out meant a lot. I'm just a new guy. You've been in this business for a while, so
Oh, keep
you
doing
to
it.
ask me to do this was really flattering. So thank you.
Oh, happy to do it, man. Keep it up. Yeah, keep doing what you're doing. It's good. It's
Oh,
yeah.
oh, thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah. All right, Alex,
Mm.
we're gonna do more of these. We gotta
Oh,
do more of these.
hell yeah, man. I'm game. This was a lot of fun.
Thanks, dude.
Alrighty.